All right, so I'm back with another video. I need y'all to hit the like, hit the subscribe. Y'all know the routine. As y'all can see, I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I would love to hit 1,000 subs by my birthday, so y'all hit the subscribe. Now, as you can see in the title of the video, I am going to be talking about two people specifically in our Fulton County government that are part of our criminal justice system. They're both, of course, hardcore Democrats. Fani Willis, the district attorney, and Patrick Labatt, the sheriff of Fulton County, Georgia. Fulton County is the largest county in the state. For those of y'all that don't know, that's where Atlanta is mostly. A little small piece of Atlanta's in DeKalb to the east. But anyhow, I want to first of all say I'm not so up in arms about the sheriff being potentially gay, because it's been gay people to hold public office all over the country, right? We have gay people in the Biden administration all over the place. Trans people in the Biden administration all over the place. But my problem is you're married to a woman. I believe that men should pick a side. And the sad reality is there's a lot of women out here who are okay with men that live the backdoor lifestyle, that be double dipping, if you will. Now, I do have receipts, and I'm gonna show you the video that I downloaded. I had to do a little research to find it. It was not easy to find, but it's not like a real porno that you will see on Pornhub or one of the more triple X rated hardcore porn sites where they're actually having sex. It's a what you call a softcore porn, where they're just in the bed with their shirts off. And me being a man that loves women and women only, I can't watch two men having sex. It'll make me want to just throw up. I can't watch it. But I was able to skip over the parts that I didn't want to watch, and it's nothing extremely graphic. They're just in the bed with their shirts off, you know, and they're acting like they were having sex, like you see on the regular movie. But this is clearly the sheriff, Patrick Labatt. If I had to guess, I would say this film was made 20 years ago. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But you can tell by the film production that it's not very high quality. So it was a low budget film. And my thing is, Patrick Labatt, I don't know how long he's been married. That's his business. But maybe he was married back then, maybe he wasn't. But he's been in law enforcement for over 30 years. If you look up his information, the information about him says he's been in law enforcement for around 30 years. So my question is, why are you doing a gay scene if you're not gay? Unless you are gay. And if you are, that's your business. But I just find it disturbing that so many of these dudes be masquerading around as a heterosexual married to a woman, but they be doing gay stuff behind the scenes. And in this case, he put it on. It's on the video. It's permanent. When you have something on camera, it's forever. So without further ado, I'm going to play that part of the video, and I'm going to talk about why Patrick Labatt is trash and why Fani Willis is trash. You have, I think we're up to 10 dead inmates in Fulton County Jail this year. The biggest jail in the state. You literally had a 30-something-year-old black male who was eaten alive by bed bugs. And I'm going to show you photos of the jail cell. It's going to make your stomach turn. They wouldn't even allow animals to be in these conditions that this young man was in this jail. It's disgusting. And Fani Willis, I think she's behind by like 12 to 13,000 felony cases in Fulton County, but she's focused on Donald Trump. Black Democrat politicians don't care about black people. I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. So without further ado, I'm going to play a couple of clips from the gay scene, and I'll get back into my commentary regarding Patrick Labatt and Fani Willis and their gross incompetence at doing their jobs.
What's wrong?
Thought I heard something.
Eugene.
Seriously, man. I better go check. What?
Cal and the kids are in Vegas, right? Sharon believes I'm at the office. Everything's cool. Relax. So turn the music back on and get your fine ass under me.
Now come back over here and get your fine ass back under me. That's what the dark skinned dude said. I don't know who the dark skinned dude is, but the photo on your screen right now, that's Pat Labat now. As you can see, he's aged quite a bit from that film. I think he's in his early 50s now. During that film, he was probably in his late 20s, early 30s. If I had to guess, he looked significantly younger, obviously. But you can tell even at his age, I mean, he don't look bad for his age, but he's got the pretty boy look going on. Super light-skinned guy. And just because you're light-skinned and pretty boy don't mean that you're gay, but I don't see a strong masculine guy when I look at that photo. He just doesn't look intimidating at all. So I'm not surprised. And here's the ultimate receipt right here. That is the credit in the film that has his name, and Patrick Labat as Eugene Henderson. So he was the light-skinned guy named Eugene who was getting plowed by the dark-skinned guy. So I'm going to go ahead and, talk about why Patrick Labat is a terrible sheriff and a terrible chief operating officer of that jail. Now, in Patrick Labat's defense, Fulton County Jail has had problems for a very long time. It has been overcrowded for years. His administration is not responsible for the overcrowding. The county has refused to build a bigger jail. They need a bigger jail. The current jail was designed to house about 1,125 inmates, but it currently houses excess of 3,000 inmates sometimes. And the Fulton County Fire Marshal has threatened to shut that jail down on multiple occasions over the years because of the dangers that are caused by the severe overcrowding. And that may also be contributing to the high murder rate for that jail. So let's go ahead and talk about the inmate who was eaten alive by bed bugs. His name was LaShawn Thompson. And I have a couple slides to show you while I'll be talking about it. So I will warn you, these photos are kind of graphic. That's LaShawn Thompson's body. All those little scabs / marks on his body are, bites from bed bugs. I don't know if he was dead or alive on that photo, but he's, like I said, deceased now. And the next slide I'm going to show you is his actual jail cell. It looks absolutely deplorable. I know it's an old jail built in the very late 80s. The jail is well over 30 years old. It's, like I said, it's past time for a new one. And it's not a politically popular decision to build a new jail in a super Democrat county like Fulton County. But what about the safety of these inmates? That's his jail cell. Look at the floor. It just looks like it is unsuitable for even an animal to be sleeping in that jail. I know he was awaiting trial, going through the legal process, but my God, that is not a jail cell that you would expect to see in a county in the United States of America. But this is who we got running Fulton County Jail, because if you don't know, the sheriff is responsible for running the jail all over the country. Whatever county you live in, the sheriff runs your jail. This is who we got running the jail. The biggest county in the state of Georgia. Gross incompetence. Now, this next clip is just a press conference about an inmate who recently died named Dino Walker. There are several other people there, but I cut the clip down because it's over 20 minutes long.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. We appreciate you all being here this morning. We are here, unfortunately, because we are representing a family who has lost a loved one in the Fulton County Jail, Mr. Dino Walker. And so we start by just wanting the world to know that Dino Walker was a son and a father and a friend. And we want to humanize Mr. Walker because so often what we know happens is that our brothers and sisters who are incarcerated, even before they've been convicted, they are reduced, they are dehumanized, they are criminalized. But on today, Dino Walker is remembered as a son, a father, and a friend. And we have here with us his mother.
So yeah, that was just a press conference with some lawyers that are suing Fulton County on behalf of the deceased. These next few photos that you're looking at are all inmates that died in Fulton County Jail this year. Most of them died from violence. There have been multiple stabbings because, of course, they don't have guns in jail. At least the inmates don't. And there are lots of fights that break out just about every day. It's out of control in that jail. It's a war zone in that jail. If you live in Atlanta or you visit Atlanta, do not go to jail in Fulton County because you might not come out alive. It's just that bad right now. And we're going to go ahead and transition into talking about Fonnie Willis. I don't want to make the video too long. I always say that, but I have so much to say because this is real. This is really happening right now. So, like I said before, Fonnie Willis is also trash because she's not prioritizing what's most important. For those of you that don't know, Fonnie Willis was sworn in as the district attorney to replace the former district attorney named Paul Howard. And if you remember what happened that caused the uproar regarding Paul Howard was he charged one of the officers during the Rayshard Brooks case that led to the Wendy's getting burnt down. It made national news. It was during the whole George Floyd riots and all that crap. That's Paul Howard. The police union people and some of the more wealthy donors from up in North Fulton and Buckhead, they got him up out of there. So now it's Fonnie Willis's job to run Fulton County as the district attorney. Now, of course, there are other, solicitors throughout the county, but the buck stops with you, Fonnie Willis, because you're the district attorney. You are the premier prosecutor for the biggest county in the state of Georgia. Yes, she's backed up. I know COVID played a big role in cases getting backed up nationwide, but sweetheart, it's 2023. Fulton County crime has gone up. If you're in over your head, you need to step down or tell the governor to say, hey, can we get some more help? Can we get some state officials in here? Can we increase the district attorney's office in Fulton County temporarily to flush some of these cases out of here? And of course, we all know she put the RICO charges on Young Thug, the notorious rapper from Atlanta. I'm not a big fan of Young Thug at all. Just not a big fan of him or his music. It's a couple songs he got that I thought were pretty cool. But I don't care for the whole putting on dresses as a man. That's just my preference. But regardless of how he be wanting to dress, Young Thug's gang, Young Slime Life, is allegedly responsible for several dozen murders across the Atlanta area over the past, I guess you could say, 10, 15 years or so. Drug dealing, extortion, kidnapping, aggravated assault, all kind of charges that could land Young Thug in prison for a long time. But his case is still kind of dragging out. And like I said, Fonnie Willis is the go-to person for Fulton County. And to me, she's more concerned with making a name for herself by going after the big fish instead of simultaneously working on the little fish. Every human being, whether they're innocent, guilty, or waiting to prove whether they're innocent or guilty, deserves a fair trial. Everybody deserves a fair trial. That's in our Constitution. That's part of America's judicial system. We all deserve a fair trial, and these men are being left to rot in this jail. Some of these guys can't afford a bond, can't afford to pay the bond, and they're in jail for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, a year. Some I've talked to guys who were in Fulton County for 2 to 3 years. That's how backed up it is. So Fonnie Willis, is she in over her head? I don't know if that's the right thing to say. I believe that Fonnie Willis is just not prioritizing the almost 3,000 inmates in Fulton County Jail at the moment. But we know she's super focused on Donald Trump. and she really don't even have a strong case against Donald Trump. Like I said, she's just trying to make a name for herself, and it's very unfortunate because Fani Willis could be a superstar in the Fulton County judicial system by cleaning up the mess that she inherited, and instead she's allowed it to get substantially worse. So I'm gonna wrap the video up right there. If Fani Willis was focused on doing the right thing, if Patrick Labat was focused on doing the right thing, I wouldn't be making this video. Fulton County Jail would not be in the shape that it's in, and I hope I kind of connected the dots as to why Fani Willis and Patrick Labat are connected, because he runs the jail, and Fani Willis is responsible for getting these inmates in and out of the jail that have these serious charges by getting them in through the court process and getting them up out of there. There are plenty of prison beds in the prisons throughout Georgia. South Georgia, where most of the prisons are located, got plenty of prison beds. If these guys are going to prison, get them through the criminal justice system, get them up out of that jail, and let the jail be used as a temporary housing situation for inmates waiting trial and that are going to be released on bail. That's what a jail is for. A jail is not made to house people indefinitely. A jail is not built like a prison is built. A jail and a prison are two completely different places. And I think we all know that. And I think we all want to see Fulton County and other county jails across the country that are going through something similar to get their act together and start getting these inmates out of the jail and down to prison if they're going to go to prison, or let them out if they're not going to be convicted of anything. If you don't have a strong case against them, then why are they sitting in jail, overcrowding the jail? You know, I'm a conservative to the heart, to the heart. So I believe in prosecuting criminals, and I believe that people should be sent to prison if they deserve to go to prison, and I believe that people should be given a right to a fair trial. But anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I just wanted to explain what's going on in Fulton County Jail and the Fulton County Justice System. Like, share, subscribe. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.